Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.
You let him into your house while wearing only a nightgown. An hour later, your son interrupted you and Trey in the kitchen. Even though you saw a rifle in his hand, you cried rape to cover up the fact that you were abusing his friend.
Trey raped me.
No, you raped him.
Objection.
Withdrawn.
Your Honor, I'd like to testify again. I need to change my defense.
What?
I've been lying. I just want to tell the truth. The real truth.
In New York City, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. These are their stories.
Hello and welcome to Munch My Benson. My name is Adam. I am in a lonely apartment in New York City. I am joined on the line by Josh. How is it going up there, Josh?
Gone to a couple concerts recently, so...
Nice.
First half is requiring either a negative test within, 48 or 72 hours, or vaccination.
Cool.
And that's for all those shows under the first half umbrella.
Yeah, what'd you see?
We saw Future Islands last week, which was fun.
Yeah.
And then we went to Wilco.
Nice.
It was a co-headlining thing, so Wilco was actually the first band to play, not the second one, cool. So we got to leave because I didn't.
Hey, that works. Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw Wilco, saw a full set, and got to leave at like 9. So that was awesome.
Who was the after Wilco headliner?
Trampled by Turtles, who I dislike a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, hard pass.
Yeah, no thank you. Let's see, my sister-in-law was in town, so we've been hanging out with the sister-in-law. I'm trying to think of what we did that was fun. I mean, we've done a lot. Doing stuff, taking the kid to the playgrounds and going to hang out with mom. We ate at a funny restaurant like by St. Mark's Place, which is kind of like the student area, the NYU, New School, Cooper Union area.
We've discussed it on the pod before.
Exactly. And this place is kind of billed on the internet as Asian tapas, but barely it's really cheap bar food with really cheap drinks. And it was just really funny. We walked in there. It was early, but it was like we didn't want to spend much money. We just wanted to get a bite. So, and we wanted to have a beer, so it was perfect. And so we're like, so what's good on the menu? And the guy's like, man, I don't know, but I do know that the drinks are really cheap, like really, really cheap. So we're like, okay.
Now, New York pricing, what does that mean?
It means $5 beers is what that means.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not horrible. Yeah. It can get pretty horrifying here.
I mean, I did just live in like, I don't know, probably the third most expensive city in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you would hit like a $4 beer.
Yeah, they exist.
It's hard to find.
I've seen $3 beers before, and I should start looking for them again. I'm going to hang out with a friend of the pod, Pike, tomorrow, and I imagine part of our hanging out together will be looking for the cheap beers. We'll see.
Sure, one hopes.
Yeah. We're going to go somewhere in South Brooklyn, try to find some authentic cuisine of one type or another. So we'll figure that out.
You're going to hit Uyghur food?
I've already hit the Uyghur food, Josh, and I have some great recommendations. If any of the listeners are in Brighton Beach, there's a place called Kashgar. It's kind of, I think it's the most famous Uyghur/Uzbek restaurant in New York City, but I highly recommend the fried lagman there. It is it's something else. It's on a whole nother level, man.
Nice.
Brighton Beach is a trip. I am pissed off because it's officially illegal to go swimming on New York City beaches after Labor Day because there are no lifeguards.
Okay.
And I think that if it were like me, I could go and just kind of hang out on the beach and take a dip. But I can't really do that because I got the kid. I think it would be difficult to try to sneak in and out of the water with the child. But I don't know. We'll see. I think I might have my eyes on a free indoor pool swimming. So that might be my wintertime activity of choice. But yeah, man, things have been good. I'm trying to think if I've seen anything good recently. You know, we watched So I Married an Axe Murderer earlier today. It's kind of in honor of my child. His head is 95th percentile in circumference, so he's got a huge head. It's like a planetoid. It's got its own gravitational pull.
Right on.
So that was on while they went to go see Grandma, so they are out of town right now. But yeah, that's about it as far as I can remember. It's all kind of a blur at this point. How about you? Anything good on the television?
Ted Lasso. Season 2's been really good. Reservation Dogs finished, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes of Reservation Dogs. It was a lot of fun. It's good.
Yeah. I know we've been watching other stuff. I don't know why I can't think of it right now.
Same. It's probably because of the beer that I'm drinking. You drinking anything right now, Josh?
I am indeed. I'm drinking old standby Bell's Two-Hearted Ale.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Michigan beer, right? I believe.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a milk stout from the Duck Rabbit, which is a small batch brewery from North Carolina. My mother-in-law signed me up for like a beer subscription, like a small batch brewing beer subscription. So I think I get 3 months worth, but they send me 2 different breweries, 2 styles each from 2 different breweries, and it's quite good. It's a really good one.
They send a 6-pack, or is it just a bottle?
It's a 12-pack, so I get 3. I get 3 of each type. It's great. So I have. Nice.
Is it from Asheville or where in North Carolina?
Let's find out. So it is from Farmville, North Carolina.
That is made up. That is
I am not familiar with Farmville.
On your phone.
It's in eastern North Carolina in the small rural town of Farmville. But I also have an amber ale from them. And then the other brewery that I'll be trying is called River Horse. It's from New Jersey. And they gave me a Belgian style pale ale and an IPA. So it all sounds quite interesting.
Right on.
Well, Josh, I think we have a very professional episode of Law & Order SVU to talk about.
It's a fucking wild one.
Yeah.
It goes there, to borrow from Degrassi.
It goes there quick.
So this week we drew season 18, episode 10, Motherly Love. And I know when we saw season 18, we were very concerned. That concern was unfounded.
Yeah,
people.
We shouldn't have been. This one is a banger, I would say.
Yeah, it's, again, it goes there. So, twitchy, nervous kid Luke Keller returns to his mom's after an argument with Dad to hear Mom downstairs in ecstatic duress. Dialing 911, Luke grabs the rifle from the closet and descends the stairs to find his mother splayed face down across the island, taking a hot meat injection in the dealer's choice of orifices. Seeing her son, she exclaims that she's being raped. One dead teen in a bag later, and the unit is dealing with a distraught killer son and a shrink mother who says her assailant, Trey Franklin, was her son's best friend. At the hospital, Shrink Mom nervously answers questions, averting her gaze the entire time. Her story of a teen coming over to do his homework late on a Friday night only to rape her not making sense by her own admission. Back at the house, Carisi talks to Luke before Dr. Pops Keller enters to his son's aid. Finn and the homicide detective on the scene, Detective Perry, tell Trey's parents that their son was shot while allegedly raping Nicole Keller, which justifiably leads them to ask if the white kid who shot their black son had been arrested. Finn and Rollins go to search Trey's room for any information that can lead them to understand what might have actually been going on, and find Polaroids of Trey and Nicole in the sack. Benson and Rollins press Nicole Keller for answers as to what was going on, and her account of events leave our duo unconvinced that she's being truthful. After doing some legwork at the boys' school, they call in a classmate, Ethan, and his father to the station because Ethan had lied to them. Ethan comes clean, admitting that he and Trey got into a fight because they were both boning the cougar shrink. Luke insists that he didn't know about his mother and Trey. Her shrink ex-husband tells them she's a pathological narcissist with BPD. The lab comes back with Trey's semen on a towel from upstairs, obliterating Nicole's story, and Barba tells them to arrest her. Barba and Buchanan have dueling courthouse steps pressers, and we're thrust into a salacious court case that's only about to get more fucked up. Benson and Luke testify relatively uneventfully. Liv expresses sympathy for Luke because they both had fucked up moms. Then Nicole takes the stand. Barba eviscerates her almost instantly. Seeing the disgust in the jurors' eyes, she says she wants to change her testimony and tell the truth in one of the strangest courtroom about faces we've come across on this beautiful show. On redirect, she gets up on the stand, tells them that she was fucking Trey's brains out when Luke came in and blew his best friend's brains across the kitchen. Moreover, she paints a lurid picture of her son stroking one out in the doorway of her bedroom to her and Trey fucking once before because, obviously, he wants to fuck her himself. The judge calls recess for the day before Barba can cross-examine the mother of the year. The ex comes in and tells them now Luke wants to plead guilty. Benson goes and talks sense into Luke, telling him his mom is a stone-cold dickhead. The next day at court, Judge Bartha asks if Barba is going to start with the cross-examination of Nicole, but he's like, nah, dog, I'm good. Let's get that twitchy kid up here to testify again. Luke takes a stand and denies her wild assertions. The jury tells her to get fucked. She flails around in the courtroom, desperately trying to continue to save face. Barba asks if he can buy Liv a drink. Liv says through choked back tears that she just wants to see Noah, and we get a, man, let's hope Liv doesn't Selena baby boy doe Dick Wolf.
Why'd they have to bring up Noah at the end?
Yeah, it's weird. The first time I was watching, I sort of missed the little bit that was sort of a nod back to Selena. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? But then the second time I watched, I at least picked that up because I wasn't trying to write a recap while watching an episode of television.
This was a shockingly professional kind of top to bottom episode. We've seen these season 19 episodes, and I guess that
well, this is Rick Ide.
I know, but it's like a jarring difference between the Chernuchin years, just 1 year later. Just jarring difference.
Well, this is 1 year before.
Exactly. That's what I mean. 1 year before,
sure.
Everybody in the whole unit is doing their jobs very well. The production is professional. The writing is professional. Just sort of everything kind of from top to bottom works.
Because Decline and Fall is the only other episode from 18 that we've done. Yeah. And that one's actually also pretty solid.
Pretty good, yeah. That was my one little aside. I really thought this had to have been a rip from the headlines, but as far as I could tell, it was not at all. So
No, this is just ripped from their delicious little brains. So I suppose we talk about guest stars now. And I think we need to start with the psychiatrist mother, Sarah Winter, playing Dr. Nicole Keller. She was born in Newcastle, New South Wales. Her grandmother was Joy Cummings, Lord Mayor of Newcastle, the first female Lord Mayor in Australian history. Her mother was a worker in the Newcastle Registry of the Family Court of Australia before taking to writing later in life, writing a memoir, Blood Vows. When Sarah was 3, her mother left Sarah's abusive father and moved across the country. Her father was a physician, and when Sarah was 11, he murdered his second wife and Sarah's half-sister before killing himself.
Jesus.
Yeah. Dark past there.
Yeah.
So when she was 17, she moved to New York City to study drama. At 25, she landed parts in Species 2 and the Sex and the City pilot, where she claimed to be the first actress to have sex on Sex and the City. She probably did, I'm sure. She was the female hench person in Sixth Day, that Arnold cloning.
I totally forgot that movie existed.
Well, they just did it on How Did This Get Made, so I just saw it.
And Species 2 featured Munch referenced often George Dzunda.
Oh, nice.
Another one I have not seen in a long time.
I don't know if I've seen Species 2. I definitely saw Species 1.
I saw Species 1 in the theater in New York City when I was like 16 years old. Or 15, I don't remember.
I think it came out when we were 15.
I think you're right. Yeah, that seems right.
Her first big role was as Kate Warner in the second season of 24. She was also main cast in Windfall and had recurring parts in the Dead Zone series, Californication, Damages, Goliath, and American Odyssey. She also played Keitha, Jermaine's Aussie girlfriend, in that season 2 episode of Flight of the Conchords, where he has the Aussie girlfriend that Brett hates. That episode's fucking fantastic, and she's really good in it. And she doesn't really get to do comedies. I mean, I just listed off a lot of things where she is not playing a comedic character at all.
No, not at all.
But I think she really works there, and she's actually getting to do her Australian accent. So.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, all of these other ones are going to be a lot shorter than her.
I mean, Aaron Sanders has some roles. The Twitchy kid.
Yeah, not really.
I guess.
He's in 2 things. He was recurring in the last 2 seasons of Silicon Valley. He's in A Single Man, that Colin Firth drama. And then he was in 37 episodes of General Hospital. Everything else on his CV is kind of boring.
Yeah.
Daniel Cosgrove is playing Dr. Daniel Keller. He was born in New Haven and raised in Branford, Connecticut. He was main cast in seasons 9 and 10 of Beverly Hills 90210. He played like the lawyer who was handling all their cases, because apparently all they did was get into legal trouble in the last 2 seasons of 90210.
But he also married Kelly, and there's a lot of kind of like...
well, he defended her from the murder charge.
He did, but then they end up getting together, and then there's some friction between him and Dylan McKay. ... Really makes me want to see the Dylan McKay rapist episode.
It's so fucking good.
It's like hanging over our heads like a sword of Damocles.
I mean, that was like the first thing we wrote about at the old blog.
Yes.
Like that was the first thing ever that we covered. So back to Daniel Cosgrove. He was a cast member on Guiding Light, All My Children, and As the World Turns, when they were each canceled.
Weird.
He played Scott Chandler, like starting back in 96 and bouncing back and forth on All My Children. So he was, the main Chandler guy. Why can't I think of his name?
I think I was a Guiding Light guy back in the day.
Yeah, I definitely watched All My Children, not Guiding Light. I wasn't a CBS soap guy. Cosgrove also played...
Oh, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. I was a Days of Our Lives guy.
Okay, you're an NBC guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you watch a lot of Loving and Passions also?
Oh, big time. Absolutely. Yeah.
I really wish that I had watched Passions, because that shit's nuts. So Cosgrove, he also played Richard Dick Bagg in Van Wilder, and he's had recurring parts a lot lately, actually, after kind of a slow, like almost only soaps run there. But he had recurring parts very recently in Billions, the first season of You, Blue Bloods, Almost Family, and Dirty Sexy Money. Next up, we've got Benton Green, who's playing Charles Franklin. He was born in New York to Jamaican and Barbadian parents. He went to high school in the greater San Diego area, then studied at San Diego State and the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. He's a kung fu artist who studied with Sifu Jose Grados. He's recurring in the upcoming Pretty Little Liars reboot. This is his second episode of SVU that he's done. He was in 2 Criminal Intents. He also had multiple episode runs on Blue Bloods, Power, Book 2, Ghost. Every time we hit one of those powers, it's just like, it's such a dumb mouthful.
I thought I recognized him.
I thought I recognized him too, but yeah. I mean, maybe I saw the 2 episodes of Gossip Girl that he did.
Maybe.
I might have been in the room for them, but I frankly don't like that show. Next up, we've got Jason Bowen, who's playing Detective Marcus Perry. This is his first of 2 appearances as Detective Perry, and he was in 1 other episode of SVU. He's also got 3 episodes of Blue Bloods that he was in. Then we've got Patrick Bull, who's playing James Miller, Ethan's dad. This is his 3rd of 3 SVUs, including having played Dr. Schulman in Clock, which we covered back in Munch My Benson, episode 61. Yeah. Seems like a weird side hustle for washed-up catchers with bad knees. So, this is a brain melter.
Yeah.
He's been in 4 episodes of the original series, 2 episodes of Criminal Intent, and 1 episode of the Alexandra Cabot spin-off, Conviction.
So I have not seen a minute of that yet.
Neither have I. He's also in 2 Gossip Girls and a slew of other East Coast-based one-offs. Like, you know, he had a one-off spot in Elementary and Royal Pains and a whole bunch of other bullshit.
Nice.
The last one I've got is Donald Dash, who's playing Trey Franklin. He was born and raised in Baltimore, studied acting for a year at Grossmont College in San Diego, and then moved to New York to study at Anthony Abison's 2-year conservatory program. This is his second of 2 SVUs. He's also in multiple episodes of Truth Be Told, The Dead Girls Detective Agency, and Rise. There are a lot of other actors in this episode of television, but they didn't really have credits that I found that interesting. So here we are.
For one thing, we look at IMDb to do these, right? So IMDb has this algorithm that shows their known fors, and I feel like it really failed with 2 of the people who I knew in this one. So both Aaron Sanders and Daniel Cosgrove. The thing I knew them from is not listed in either one of their known fors. So be it 90210 for Cosgrove or Silicon Valley for Sanders. And it's like, all right, whatever. But
yeah, especially for Sanders, it's like, what? You're going to go with his other shit?
Yeah, I mean, A Single Man is just the one that I always get confused with, the
Serious Man?
Exactly, and that's how I know it. And wasn't there also a one about Tom Ford or something that had a similar title?
That is Single Man.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, I think Tom Ford wrote and directed Single Man.
Ah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's Wonder20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.
Okay, so this episode's kind of weird in that it's 47 minutes long.
Weird. Yeah, it is long. Huh.
Yeah. The second time I paused it right at and I was like, wait, 46 minutes are left? But yeah, this was supposed to be the 400th episode that aired and would have been, but they shelved the episode that was supposed to be about Trump right before the election.
Yeah, exactly. When Trump won the election, so they shelved that.
Well, no, it was before. It was like leading up to the election, and then they're like, I don't know why they made this decision, but they felt like it was, I'm sure it was a Dick Wolf edict, but I guess it could have been the network, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so this was supposed to be episode number 400. Maybe that's why it was going to be 47 minutes long.
Yeah.
It seems weird because a lot of the other times an even 100 episode is kind of more significant than this one. This one just feels like a normal episode of SVU. I mean, I guess we have a female rapist.
We have a female rapist
and a female serial rapist.
Yeah.
We don't know how many victims she actually has. We know there are at least 2.
I mean, they brought it. It's a really good episode, so that makes sense. But you're right. It's not like anything.
It's not like an event.
Nothing's happening to a major character that really makes us question, are they going to be here next week or anything like that? But it does start with a bang, so to speak.
Double entendre, very loaded here. A triple, really. Okay, so like even the picture of his mom on the contact card on his phone is kind of creepy.
I did not notice that.
We open in the car.
Yeah, and that's he's calling.
He's trying to call his mom.
I didn't notice the whatever.
Yeah, the little contact card, little circle photo. Well, okay, so she's like leaned in. She's got her hand kind of around the back of his head, pulling it in, and she's like nuzzling her forehead against his cheek.
Weird.
This is a 15-year-old kid, This isn't like a fucking toddler, Like a little kid, like, yeah, that would make for a cute picture. 15-year-old kid.
It's kind of gross.
Creep show.
Yeah. Was she wearing the same nightie that she was wearing in every other photo that we see her in?
Man, the whine in this kid's voice is kind of a lot for me to take.
Dude.
I don't know if it's just like on a frequency that's bothering me, because Jackie loved the kid.
I mean, he was very effective as a pathetic, whiny kid.
No, I think he's doing the job well. I just think it was operating on a frequency that was kind of irksome to me.
I gotta say, his friendship with Trey is a little weird to me. The, like, worshiper.
Well, he's a god, and he killed his god.
Yikes.
She fucks weird, right? Like, those aren't normal fuckvokes.
This is one of my favorite things about it, because I think up until like 3 scenes in, and the first time I watched it, I still wasn't entirely sure that she was the instigator of everything. The first time I watched it... I was
instantly.
I mean, the first time I watched it, I was like, man, it seems like she's enjoying that. Man, it seems like she's a little shifty, but, you know, sometimes SVUs break in unexpected ways. There's definitely, they go places you don't necessarily expect.
It still went to a place that no one expected, but,
it did. But man, I have to say that her fuck noises were kind of right at a nice line in between digging it and something weird is going on. But there's a lot resting on her moaning. You know what I mean? Like,
a lot. And we know that none of it was coming from her like choking on a dick or anything.
Well, we don't know.
Because there was a lot of like muffled vocals.
But we don't know. Maybe they switched positions right before, like as he was getting the rifle.
It seemed like they were very much in a position that they had been in for, like, it didn't seem like a new position where they're like reacclimating each other's junk in this position. Yeah, it didn't feel like their mid junk reacclimation. Man, I'm so glad we get to talk about this shit.
I was trying to explain the podcast. I had to go to like a dinner with Megan.
Hopefully a job interview.
No, but like with her like bosses, and I was like, well, part of the reason we like the show it's not necessarily all about like us being like massive fans. I mean, we are, but mostly it's like we get to talk about stuff like this, and this is the only show that I can think of that this comes through time and time again.
Had you just watched this episode?
No, I hadn't watched. I think I watched it later that night. Is I think my timeline, but it really fit.
Yeah. You're watching and you're like, yep, this is it. This is why. So I guess in season 18, we're back to murders falling under the umbrella of SVU's purview.
No, but I really like the way they did this, because they had the homicide detective, and the homicide detective was clearly supposed to be kind of the lead.
Sure.
But because of the nature of the kid and like the kid mom dynamic, they kind of let SVU do most of the interviewing. So I'm assuming that like part of the trial that we didn't see was the homicide detective describing the scene and like the normal things that they would be doing.
Right.
But I thought they kind of actually were able to do a murder somewhat realistically.
I mean, I still think ultimately it does not fall under their purview.
No, but it's more believable than it usually is, which is just like, a woman died, sure. So SVU has to investigate.
Yeah. So we get a shot of a dead black kid with a hole in his forehead getting zipped up.
Yeah, we do.
Do we see that shot if he's white?
You know, good question.
I'm trying to think of, I mean, we see...
We see it. We see it bodies from time to time.
We see white kids dead, but we don't usually see their faces. We usually see an appendage poking out from under a blanket or under a sheet.
I think, to be fair, they did kind of build it up well. It's not like it goes from like the scene, they're talking to Nicole, and then just outside the kid's body is on the floor, right? They're talking to the parents and they're telling them, oh, you don't want to see this. You don't want to see this. And then they're like, no, let us see it. So anybody who potentially doesn't want to see it has been warned. And you're seeing it, how it's like devastating to this obviously like good family, the opposite of what Nicole told us Trey's family life was like.
Sure.
So I think it had an emotional heft to it that I think played. The second time I watched it, I was like, I don't need to watch these parents cry. Fast forward.
You callous bastard.
What I thought was really interesting was, so in the first 3 scenes where we see Nicole, the way the camera really thinks about what she's wearing is kind of how I describe it. So obviously we're seeing her getting plowed by a 15-year-old wearing a sheer...
Again, we don't know which end she's taking it in.
We don't. I mean, she's getting plowed.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to sound... There's no way to say this without sounding creepy, but he's pretty jacked for a 15-year-old, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. I felt like there were 2 15-year-olds in this episode that were clearly not 15-year-olds.
But so in that one, we're obviously thinking about her nightgown up around her waist, and obviously Josh Dugan is really doing the math. Like, are those moans butt sex moans? Or
yeah.
But then in the next scene, we see her wearing that nightgown all the way to the ground, but she's wearing a police jacket that they've thrown over her to give her some privacy. The scene starts focused on the patch on the shoulder that says whatever, the precinct or whatever. And so we're really thinking about that. And then the scene that follows that, she's at the hospital talking to Benson. And this is when I noticed it and even thought about it, because the handheld did it followed her as she was putting her pants on, which I thought was a weird choice. It made me actually go back and think about her nightgown more because they did that. Because I think she could have just slipped it on without me having to watch and, see if I can see ass cheeks slip out, just, because whatever, I'm a child, so of course I'm looking for that.
Obviously. we do this podcast. Yeah. I mean, has anyone seen what we title these episodes?
Yeah, but the second time I watched this, really, I mean, Nicole is just wildly incredible. I guess that's not really right. Not credible.
In the literal...
Yes, in the literal sense of the word,
I mean, okay, I will say that she kills it. Sarah Winter does.
Great.
Because, okay... you can tell that she's crafting the story as she's going. She's very much in character here. There's never a moment where I didn't think she was conniving, but it's still sort of viable enough where if you're not a cynical fuck like we are.
Or if you're not watching very closely like I was the first time. I mean, I just throw it on and it's there in the background. I'm kind of watching. I like to do that the first time I watch these. I like to watch it the way I would be watching it were I a normal person,
Yeah. Oh, God. This fucking episode, man. Okay. She's doing the work here, but I'm not sure the unit is initially because they aren't on to her for a while.
Because I think they're doing a professional investigation because, I mean, sure, there's weird shit going on with her, but I don't think that you jump to the assumption, even if you're, career sex investigators.
I think Rollins kind of does. She's the first one who's sort of sniffing around this and is like, nah, this ain't right. But I think Liv's bias of always believing the victim is probably working against her here early in the episode.
Yeah.
She's asking probing questions in the hospital and maybe she doesn't want to poison the investigatory well, especially for Releasy and Finn, maybe she's just trying to let the case come to them. But it does seem like she's not on to her at all until the 16-minute mark.
But that's kind of how I felt. It made sense that would be the case, right? Because until they talk to the parents of Trey, she hasn't necessarily said anything that is wildly off base. And then they go search Trey's room.
I feel like it was very obvious that she was formulating the story as she went at the hospital.
Yeah, but you got to understand that if you buy her story, she has just gone through a traumatic experience, right? And so she's obviously hiding something, but it's hard to know what she's hiding, right? So she's lying about something, but it could be a dozen different little bits.
It could be her son squeezing one off in the doorway while she fucks Trey.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it could be that in her mind, she was protecting her son, right? Or something. I don't know.
But the weird thing is, if we didn't see the thing happen, then sure, that plays for the audience.
Yeah.
But as an episode of television, we do see that happen. And so then it's as the story's being told, we don't buy it.
Yeah, we know that there's something off here.
Yeah, so I think the issue here is probably that there's a disparity in the information that the audience has in regards to the unit, and that's a little odd for the show.
I know, but that's good storytelling. I like that.
Oh, I don't disagree with that, but, I mean, we've also seen 22 seasons and counting of SVU, and...
it's rare that does happen.
It doesn't generally happen.
Yeah, usually we learn about the case through the detective's eyes.
Yeah. We learn as they learn.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're not having that happen. So I'm not saying it doesn't work necessarily, but given the 17 years of history that preceded this episode of television, it kind of strikes an odd note.
But I like the way that the team kind of parses it out. I think they're systematically investigating the case, and they're like setting up a real prosecution while they're doing this, right? Because
because it is a tricky.
Yeah, it's potentially a tricky case, and we've seen them blow cases like this time and time again. Like
every episode Novak song gets blown like that.
Exactly, right.
So when they're questioning her at her apartment or at the brownstone.
Yeah.
When they're questioning her at the brownstone, they ask if she sleeps naked regularly. And she's like, sometimes I sleep naked. Sometimes I sleep in a nightgown. Sometimes I sleep in a Rolling Stones t-shirt. First thought here goes to brown sugar, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not...
It's just a gender reversal on that same theme, but without the slavery mixed metaphors.
I mean, or maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah. But then again, there are like 10 songs in the Rolling Stones catalog that are as problematic as Brown Sugar would be in this case.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not quite as problematic, but nearly as problematic. Stray Cat Blues, for one.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a kind of a novel... They look at the history of racism in America as kind of a novelty subject, a lighthearted comedy of manners that they can make songs about.
Well, let's not pretend that the Brits had nothing to do with slavery.
Well, I know that, but do rich...
I think they also know that.
Rich British kids from the south of England know that? I don't know.
I feel like, yeah. So... I don't want to get too into the weeds on brown sugar,
but I would say that critical race theory wasn't exactly taught in your whatever Sussex schools in 1959.
I mean, isn't critical race theory didn't it come about way late, like after brown sugar came about?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get a beer.
All right, let me get one of those too.
Okay.
I'm back. Are you back, Josh?
Yeah, I'm back.
What'd you drink this time?
We had a can of Prairie Artisan Ale's Vape Tricks that was still in the fridge. It's a sour ale aged on cherries.
Nice. This time I went with the Dual Citizen Belgian-style pale ale from River Horse Brewing.
So is it a sour pale, or what does a Belgian-style pale do?
I will read the description for you. With a signature Belgian Trappist yeast strain, you'll experience the fruity esters and phenols that give off flavors of banana and clove, alongside Centennial hops for a West Coast influence that contribute aromas of pine and citrus flavors, considered the hallmark of an American hop profile in pale ales and IPAs alike. Dual Citizen highlights the what can happen when worlds collide, coming together in flavorful harmony.
So is this bottle or can fermented?
So they are in bottles.
Does it have the sediment that you need to do the swirl on and all that?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
My understanding with these is that these are all like keg breweries. Like they don't have canneries.
Okay.
And so whoever does the subscription bottles them, because they all come in the same bottle.
Sure.
Just with different labels, right? But yeah, no, I didn't see any sediment in there. I did do a swirl, but I mean, it's cloudy, so maybe it does. It's nice. It does taste like a good Belgian.
Right on.
So I want to talk about the Polaroids. I don't know if you have notes about the Polaroids.
Go for it.
Because when they go search Trey's room, they find those Polaroids in a book. I didn't notice which book.
It was Delta of Venus, maybe?
Okay.
I didn't catch it for sure, but I think it was Delta of Venus.
Okay.
Yeah, again, I could be wrong. I'm going to look for book covers while you...
Sure. So the Polaroids... For one thing, she's wearing the exact same nightgown that she was wearing in the initial plowing, which is a little weird, right? Like, cause I don't know.
Yeah.
She seems like she could afford...
I'm almost positive it was Delta of Venus.
Okay,
but...
awesome. She seems like she could afford more than one night look, but it's a weird selfie, right? Because her eyes are closed or she's asleep or something, and he's doing a Polaroid selfie just over her. It's like not...
Two of them, too.
Yeah, two of them. They're not particularly salacious. Like, it's not really fuel for the spank bank. I guess you could show your friends that you bagged a hot MILF.
But if he is reading Delta Venus, if that is the book that's under his bed, then maybe he's more into the story and doesn't need the graphic.
Like, he's more, he's not like, it's more the
erotica he's into isn't visual, it's mental.
It's emotional.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can see that. But I don't think you talked about this in your recap, but we go to the school, Manor Hill
No,
Academy.
I skipped that because I didn't feel like it was germane, and I'm trying to cut down the length of the recaps a bit.
Yeah, I think that they actually went on location to the inspiration for this school, which I think is the Riverdale Country Day School. It's a little hard for me to tell, but it did look like that in the Street View pics that I looked at.
And it was on, the street name was Riverdale, right?
Well, no, Riverdale's the neighborhood. So it was in Riverdale in the Bronx. That's where they were. So they were in Manor Hill Academy, Riverdale, Bronx.
Okay.
Which is like the rich part of the Bronx. It feels like Connecticut up there, I think. I haven't been there. But I'm not 100% sure that the friend, Ethan, knows how to read. He kind of had a slow affect in his line delivery. And it made me really think that the Manor Hill Academy really prioritizes their legacy students, because I'm not sure that he's getting in on his own merits.
Maybe they just teach their charges to speak deliberately.
It's possible. Speak delivery and carry a big stick, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. That's what it was Teddy Roosevelt, right?
Yeah.
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
Exactly. Seems like Ethan and Trey were carrying some big sticks in this one.
We can at least assume that Trey was, given the sounds coming out of Nicole Keller.
So next, we kind of see Barba on some steps, right? He's like giving like a press conference right before the trial starts.
Yeah.
And he is surrounded by the biggest gaggle of reporters I've ever seen. There was at least 75 reporters. People like either holding microphones or scribbling notes down. That is insane.
This scene does not make any sense to me.
So sure, New York has a fairly large press corps, but what, there's like 5 local papers, including like online, I'm pretty sure, which is more than anybody else has. But still, it's not like the papers are sending more than one reporter and maybe one like art.
Yeah, but this is one of those like salacious stories that the press would latch onto.
Okay, but just not that much press anymore. I mean, I guess maybe you get the tabloid photographers in there.
I think you'd also be getting like some of the TV people.
Sure, you get some national stuff, but still, there was like 100 people there, like with microphones in his face. It's a little bit rich. Like, sure, I get that it's a salacious, like a fun story.
So jumping back just a little bit.
Sure.
When they're interviewing Ethan at the police station, he doesn't want to say anything. And he
doesn't want to talk about
he wants his dad to leave.
How he banged his friend's mom in front of his dad.
Which, sure, I get.
I mean, it's opportunity for a different Bill and Ted quote that we haven't used yet.
Your stepmom is cute, though. Shut up, Ted.
But when he's about to tell them everything, you know, he has that lip quiver and he's starting to sort of cry.
Yeah.
Jackie really loved that this was all like polite high school aged boys getting emotional, like this whole episode was.
It really was. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
2 of them. And you could tell that Ethan was not used to getting emotional, right? Like,
yeah.
You can tell that that Luke is a fucking whiny bitch 9 times out of 10. If he's leaving his cool dad's house in Connecticut because they got in a fight, like, his dad seemed all right. You know what I mean? His dad was pretty cool. Yeah. He was a solid dude. I mean, sure, he's a dad. He's probably sucks in some ways, but
yeah,
a lot less than his mom. A lot less than his mom.
How's that possible? Now, I think that maybe Jackie liked seeing polite high school aged boys victimized, but she denies this.
I guess maybe she has some things to unpack with her therapist next time she goes for a visit.
They bring Luke back in, and he's with his lawyer, and Carisi's in the room too. And they're all standing at one point, and this kid is so fucking short. I looked up his height, 5'4".
Really? Okay, so I'm trying to remember how small he was compared to the Silicon Valley guys, and I recall him being pretty small.
Yeah, like 5'4" is what his height is listed at when I looked it up.
That's insane, and he's a slender 5'4" too.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a twee little lad.
I mean, he's like 85 pounds.
If that. So the goof on the IMDb episode page, there's one goof for this episode, and it's implied throughout the episode that Luke had done something wrong, including the offer of immunity. Luke believed his mother was being raped by an intruder. No such immunity would be needed, as deadly force would be justified in this situation, even in New York. So, yeah, there is that. He hasn't done anything that would require immunity.
Yeah, but I think he's still going to feel... Oh, I guess they do talk about... They kind of mention
Yeah, because then the father comes back in and they're like, oh, no, it's qualified immunity. Yeah. And it's like, that wouldn't really be the case, but whatever.
They would just decline to...
They would decline to prosecute, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that's would be the main
But
thing.
it happens on the stand, too, where Buchanan says, because you're testifying, you're not getting charged with anything. Yeah.
That did kind of sit a little funny for me.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's happening. The 12 o'clock boys are going by.
Nice.
Not that many of them. Maybe like, I don't know, 20. But yeah, we'll get some of that on our audio. Definitely.
Nice. That'll be cool.
Definitely some ATVs in full-on wheelie mode.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Now, this episode gets to the trial very quickly.
It does.
Which is almost always a huge red flag.
Yeah, but this one does it pretty well. It's got some
absolutely
fun twists in it. And
But like the trial starts off normally and you're sort of like, oh God, now we're really going to be in the weeds here. But holy shit, does it go crazy fast.
I mean, for one thing, Barba, I mean, like, he's really good.
Yep. He's
Barba's
really
fantastic.
Fucking good.
And so I don't mind seeing Barbara be a lawyer because he's usually not doing something infuriating. Like, he's not doing some Novak bullshit where it's like, come on, you didn't get to this point in your life without doing your homework. Do your fucking homework.
Sure. Like when she gets up on the stand and, tries to like peddle that turbulent home life bullshit, he like quashes it immediately.
Trey showed up at your house at 9 at night. Your son wasn't home, but you let him in anyway?
I felt empathy for his turbulent home life.
You kept telling the police that, his turbulent home life, even though his parents are happily married and he's a straight-A student.
Grades are not indicative of psychological or emotional problems.
Yeah, we're not interested in your psychobabble for the moment, but thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. He really gets to like chew on some scenery here and it's pretty fantastic.
So then she says she wants to redo her story, right? She wants to retestify.
Oh God, this
crazy.
audible on the stand is fucking bonkers. Like just straight up like what in the flying fuck is going on?
I love like looking at Delaney Williams and he's just kind of got that. I mean, he's always got like a furrowed face, but still he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, like how pissed do you think he has to be here?
Oh my
like
God.
That character, Buchanan would
see, like,
be
steam
seething.
coming off his head.
Yeah.
But still, I'm sure there's like supposed to be a time lapse where he talks to her for a few moments before he goes to the judge's chambers.
Because it's a complete surprise to him.
Yeah. And he's in there and he's like biting his tongue the whole time. Like, I don't know what the fuck she's going to say. Honestly, it'll contradict what she said now.
It's so wild to watch someone so brazenly lie on the stand.
It's pretty wild.
Like for the audience watching this, there's no doubt that she's lied. Like, once she starts talking about, like, I didn't say anything about being raped, everyone watching the show is like, oh, this bitch.
But all the people involved, like the characters in the show, they're not privy to her insanity in quite the same way that we are. And so they are still going to kind of respect the fact that she's a reputable psychiatrist and she's,
Which, I mean, everyone should know that's an oxymoron.
Exactly. I mean, psychiatry's
joke.
They
all
go to
you psychiatrists who listen, I didn't mean that.
They go to medical school. It's a real thing.
I've seen every episode of Frasier multiple times. I'm actually rewatching it right now.
Was he a psychiatrist? I thought he was a psychologist.
No, he's a psychiatrist.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good. I respect him more then.
Yeah. The Kells wouldn't fuck around with just being a psychologist. Come on. Come on. I mean, she straight up says that her son jerks it to her fucking his friends.
Well, okay. So
she says this on the stand to a room full of people.
I absolutely love this scene. And this is...
I mean, it is jaw-dropping.
We shit on Hargitay a lot, I think.
She's great in this episode.
She's great. She's particularly great. She's great the whole episode.
The courtroom reaction scenes
are... She's particularly great here because she's sitting next to Luke and this fucking crazy bitch on the stand, Nicole, is saying these outlandish things. And Hargitay is really doing a lot without saying very much. And
no lines. Yeah. Like, no lines in that courtroom scene.
I mean, she does go like, okay, it's time to go. No, it's really time to go. But that's about it. But she's doing...
let's get you the fuck out of here. She's saying that you fucking jerk it to her boning your buds, dude.
Oh, wow. I mean, salut, SBU. This is why we watch the show.
Yeah, I mean, this is why this podcast exists.
Yeah.
Like, it's shit like this. I mean, wow, god damn it. And then, like, on the stand, fucking moms says, I take full responsibility for this. Like, fuck you. You're not doing shit about taking, like, you're shirking off responsibility for anything and throwing your son under the bus, trying to get him to take a goddamn murder rap. Oh, God.
And then just a little bit later, I'll always be your mother no matter what you've done. Oh, she's odious, man. I always love a woman perpetrator. I think it's inherently interesting. I mean, maybe it's kind of like a trope or something, but she is one of the most evil people we've seen on this show.
I think she's the most odious female character we've covered yet.
Probably. I have to think about it, but really, I mean, just really, really bad.
Because even like Jane Krakowski's character, you at least understand the pathos more. Like, it's ultimately like slightly more relatable to like, okay, I can at least see how this human went down this path.
Well, and the Jane Krakowski character was an absurd left turn at the end of Act 3.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas this Nicole character is kind of is established.
We're in it with her for the entire episode, and she is loathsome from front to back.
As soon as we hear the sex moans, like something is going on.
The jury brings back a
guilty on all counts.
An emphatic verdict. Like, I felt like the forewoman really felt this guilty verdict.
Yeah, we didn't hear how long they deliberated, but you got the feeling they didn't deliberate very long.
Yeah, 25 seconds.
Yeah, they're like,
guilty.
Yep. Does anybody say not guilty? Okay.
Yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, they didn't even have time to get a coffee in between the jury, like, leaving to deliberate and coming back. So then, she's found guilty, and the son takes off, and she's like, "You'll always be my son," no matter, whatever. And so then she turns to Benson, and she's like,
Congratulations, Lieutenant. You've convinced my son I'm the devil.
No, Nicole. You did that all by yourself.
And then she did the Pete Weber, crossed hands across her crotch, emphatic, like, strike!
The eastbound and down. Yeah, beautiful. I did think if Novak were the prosecutor in this one, that the kid would have changed his tune on the stand and supported his mother till the bitter end.
Mm-hmm.
But Josh, I mean, this is what happens when we get just a top to bottom professional episode. Sometimes we get through it kind of fast. We're kind of at the end of this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about the Noah line, but there's nothing really to say. Can we rank this episode?
Selena did a number on Liv.
Yeah.
It's kind of it. That's what's going on there.
Yeah.
And she's basically like, well, I don't want to be my mom.
Yeah, no shit.
Because I saw the worst case example of what that can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.
Every week we rank these episodes, guys. We have a 4 criteria 10-point scale that comes together for a composite that tells us how this episode ranks against all the other episodes we've watched. We rank on the overall quality of the episode, the guests involved, the depth and breadth of lives ruined. We want more lives ruined, and we want them ruined harder, for want of a better word. And then finally, the problematic rank. And we want it to be problematic. We want an episode of SVU that makes us cringe or laugh or spit up our beer. In the case of this one, at least once or twice.
Yeah.
But let's start with the overall quality. I thought it was quite good. I thought it was well above average. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like top tier, but it's kind of close.
I'm inclined to say like a 7.
Yeah, I think 7 is appropriate. I think it was very good. I thought it was professional, and I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. Especially like, given those 5 extra minutes, you're not sure how that's going to end up playing with late season SVU, and it plays great.
And given how early we got to the courtroom, that usually is the death knell.
Harbinger of doom, and it was not here.
No, the courtroom had my favorite moments, I think.
Yeah.
So the guests, I thought that, what's her name?
Sarah Winter.
Sarah Winter was really good.
Fantastic.
Really good, and nailed the character from the first scene. There was no kind of bizarre, out-of-character turn like the Jane Krakowski turn.
Yeah.
We knew there was something off, and she sold it. And she sold being this kind of like fumbling liar who is...
malignant narcissist with borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
As her ex-husband stated.
So my inclination is to give it like a 7 or an 8. I don't know if you have...
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you.
Do you have...
I'd probably say 7.
Okay, so we give a 7 to the real Perlman, Zoe Lister-Jones, Alexander Gould episode Unorthodox. I think we should give this an 8 because I think that Sarah Winter had to do so much in this, and she really is like the most odious female. Yeah,
to her credit, like we were saying this.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
she owns this episode. The episode doesn't work if she's not this good.
No, and she is really quite good.
I mean, everybody else is fine.
I think the other issue is that this episode doesn't have the sort of caricature work that Bob Dishy was doing.
That's true.
In Unorthodox.
No, it doesn't have that.
It doesn't have a strike against it, really.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe Aaron Sanders is playing a character in a way that's irritating to me, but I think it works for the character.
I don't know.
And so I'm willing to look past it.
I saw all the seasons of 6 Feet Under. I understand what having, psychiatrist parents does to future young detectives.
Bernard.
Yeah, and so, it made sense to me that he would be like a weepy mess. Like, that makes total sense. Now, let's skip that one first. So, Depth and Breadth of Lives Ruined. I guess this might...
It scores fairly high.
It scores fairly high. Trey is dead. And Trey was a citizen, right? He was the opposite of what she painted him as in the initial investigation.
His 2 loving parents are without their son.
Only son. Their only child. They are broken now.
And, I mean, they're without their son through, like... There's nothing that they have done to warrant anything of the sort. Like I think their loss weighs pretty heavily here.
Yeah, no, and I think that's why showing the body is not as exploitative as it could be, because I think it is kind of doubling down on their grief.
Because we're not seeing panties around his ankles.
We're not seeing panties around his ankles, but also, we're seeing that maybe it is trying a little too hard to let us know that the nice. This family has real emotions too. Maybe it's trying to say that. But it is really showing us that these were nice people and their son got mixed up in something that was beyond his control.
Yeah.
And they're going to suffer for that for the rest of their lives. And it's really tragic.
Yep.
Ethan...
There's clear trauma to Ethan. There's even clearer trauma to Luke.
I was going to say Ethan's trauma is more... Well, his friend died, but... It's more that maybe that thing that was kind of like a funny, weird thing that he was doing with his friend, maybe that's actually pretty fucked up. He just didn't understand why it was fucked up at the time.
Yeah.
Now it's put in context and it's like, oh shit, that's pretty fucked up. Maybe I'm going to have some trouble with that.
You mean with his friend's mom?
Banging his friend's mom probably seemed fun and cool.
Yeah.
Until Luke got murdered and it turned out that the mom was
until Trey got murdered.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, yes. I get Luke and Trey confused. Until his friend Trey got murdered and the mom was revealed to be a sociopathic menace,
Yeah.
Luke is a fucking mess, man.
Yeah. That dad's going to be picking up the pieces for a long time after this.
Oh.
And obviously has his own fucking trauma from her too.
Yes. I don't think they're going on any father-son hunting trips in the near future. I think that's out of the question.
I don't think he's going to touch that gun again.
I don't think Luke can go back to Manor Hill anymore. I think he's got to kind of move to Connecticut, live with his dad, go to school up there.
Yeah.
So that's some fallout. I think we're supposed to really give a shit about Trey's parents and Luke. And so I think that's what bumps it up. I don't know that this has the numbers that some of our standout episodes do. But,
No. But I think we're talking like a 5 or a 6 probably.
Oh, yeah, I'll give it a 6. Because, I mean, we're really... I mean, that poor family. They're fucked.
Yeah.
They are totally fucked. Mm-hmm. So that leaves us with how problematic was this episode? And hearing a mother say on the stand in front of a courtroom full
of people, including her son,
and her ex-husband and her attorney and a judge and members of the press, presumably, she tells them that her son was standing in the doorway jerking off
to her fucking his 15-year-old friend.
You were getting plowed. Possibly up the poop chute, Josh. We don't know.
Especially even more possibly the second time. Given angles, just geometry. Given genital geometry.
Beautiful. Salute, Josh. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I don't think that's going to be the title of the episode, but
there's a few options. You really have a few options.
Yeah, this one has a lot. But yeah, given the genital geometry of everything, we don't know that it wasn't the poop chute the second time. First time, the face-to-face anal is going to be a little harder to wrangle in the theoretical vision of, because she has to be able to see her son with Trey not being able to see him. But she also says that he killed Trey because he wanted to fuck his mother.
So that's really good. That's really good shit. I mean,
I think that might be problematic. Because it's not wall to wall.
It's not.
I don't know that we're dealing with a 10.
I want to say a 9 is my feeling.
I mean, what is problematic is fucking outrageous.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
I would go as low as maybe an 8.
Let's look at 8.
Just because I don't feel like it brings it as much as, like, the ones that are 10s for us generally have it be more pervasive.
And it's multifactorial, right? So they're doing ridiculous things the whole way through. So let's think about the Timothy Busfield episode, which was beige turtleneck. So it really made him look like a human penis, which was a Russian Bride, season 13, episode 7. We gave that one an 8. Now, that one, I think, had lurid descriptions of people's faces and possibly genitalia getting sanded off with a belt sander, if I'm incorrect. That also had
It definitely had that.
Had that immediately after we saw panties around an ankle behind a dumpster.
That one also had the koozie getting shot down. The high-end koozie.
The whole koozie plan getting shot down. Yeah, that one had some good problematic stuff. The Bob Gutton Chim Trufrost episode was
the episode that aired right before this one.
Really? Decline and Fall.
They're back to back.
Interesting, because I was going to say that one kind of hits similar problematic notes as this one.
I would say that Bob Gunton is more consistently saying horrible things to the point of like it being hilarious. Yeah. This is just, you have like this 2-minute bomb.
So yeah, I think you're right, but I think that they both have this similar like older, awful person, just a awful person who is kind of...
But she's like 45 here.
I know, but I mean older.
She's not
like,
older.
But older than the victim.
Yeah, there is that.
There was definitely there was an age component to both rapes.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, Bob Gutton was saying it throughout. I mean, he said some horrible shit, but there's not much... that's that much more.
I guess there's a degree of the like relationship and the responsibility in the relationship that is broached so much more extremely here.
Yes, so that one might, like, if we're looking at a graph of a sound wave, right? This one might have a higher peak.
Yeah.
Whereas that one is a consistent high volume.
Sure.
I like 8, actually, now, the more that I think about it, because it is definitely hitting the buttons, but it is not 100%. So that gives us a composite score of 7.25, which let's see where that ranks.
Pretty high.
It's pretty high. Yeah, it's definitely pretty high. It's definitely the upper tier. So we have obviously things kind of bunch because of the way these rankings work out.
Yeah.
So other episodes in there include Hunting Ground, which was Amaro's peculiar sense of smell. That was the Long Island serial killer. Did I say particular? I meant peculiar. We also had Trade, which was Nothing Screams Cancun Spring Break, like Moose Antlers. And we had Bound, which was Matricide by Proxy. And we had Taboo, which it's really going to be hard for her to find more afterbirth for her voracious angel. That one's a mouthful. We haven't said that title very often, but these were all pretty outlandish episodes, each in their own right. And some of my favorite ones that we've seen were in there. Particularly Trade, which is really a banger.
And how.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, I think it's time for us to get in the phone booth and roll the next episode.
Indeed.
What say you, Josh?
So we're going over to episode.lol, which was built for the podcast by friend of the pod, Flet. The tape is spinning. Bill and Ted are hurtling through space-time in a phone booth. Disliking this part quite a bit.
Oh, I hate that part.
And we have landed on season 13, episode 22. Strange Beauty.
Interesting. So this is the first Pinot Giddish season, correct?
Yep. The investigation of the homicide of a young woman who recently had her leg amputated sends SVU into the strange culture of body modification. So we're getting a body mod episode. Guest stars, we've got David Eigenberg, who was Steve on Sex and the City. We've got Patrick Fischler, who I know him from shit. What's he in? He was in Mad Men and Happy, and he was Duncan Todd in Twin Peaks: The Return.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We've also got Britt Lower, who people might recognize from, Man-Seeking Woman.
Okay.
She was also in Casual, and she was in High Maintenance.
Nice.
Really like Britt Lower. I think this episode sounds kind of wild in a lot of great ways.
Yeah. So I've been, while you've been talking about it, I've been furiously Googling whether we can watch Crash, the 1996 David Cronenberg film, streaming.
Oh, good.
And because it immediately reminded me of that. And yes, we can.
I was worried when you said Crash at first.
No, but it is on Vimeo, Josh. It appears to be the whole thing.
What?
Of all places. I don't know. But yeah, it appears to be an hour and 39 minutes long. So that appears to be the whole film. It is also available on YouTube, but with French subtitles. And that could get annoying. Maybe not. I don't know.
I like it when you go to Just Watch, it says people who liked Crash also liked Possession, which if you've seen Possession, holy shit.
Which one is Possession?
It was directed by that Andrzej Zalowski, the Polish or Czech director, Polish, I think.
Okay.
It's with Isabella Gianni and Sam Neill from like 1980. She basically ends up fucking a monster in it.
Yeah, well, I should hope so.
It's fucking nuts. Like, it's European horror.
Yeah.
In the craziest way. But
fantastic. So yeah, we're gonna have some missing limbs. We're gonna have some potential wound fucking. So
yeah,
it sounds like there's it has the makings of a good episode.
Oh shit! You know what we still haven't done? We have not talked about Captain America.
We have not talked about Captain America yet.
We could talk about it now and cut it back in earlier.
I mean, we can if you want to.
I just want to have it in the fucking rear view.
Okay.
No, let's just talk about it now and not even cut it in earlier. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Who cares?
So, obviously, we've been teasing this for fucking weeks.
I mean, we've kind of talked about it.
We watched Captain America. Yeah. We've talked about it a little bit, but we watched the Captain America that is not the first Avenger.
No.
We watched the one that, after Canon Films disbanded, and Menahem Golan. So, after Golan and Globus, the Israeli crazy cousins, split apart, he, Menahem...
it's Yoram Globus and Menahem Golan.
Yeah. But this was Menahem Golan.
Yeah.
He produced with his own company this Captain America because they had the rights, and that is what they did then.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did was they produced movies based solely on the fact that they had these properties, and why not?
Yeah,
and
why
had
not?
little concern for how good the movie was. There's a great documentary, Electric Boogaloo, about Cannon Films that everyone should seek out. It's fantastic. It's so fucking good.
I would love to check it out because this movie is kind of amazing because it is so schlocky, but yet also still a big budget, or it seems like it must have had a big budget.
I really don't think it had a big budget, Adam. If it had a budget at all,
I mean, it seemed like it was a big
the money
release.
from the budget was somehow hidden and went somewhere else, like up people's nose.
Figure that out. Yeah, I mean, I'd
say the budget's $3 million,
but.
In 1990, $3 million is a lot more than it is now. It's probably tantamount to $10 million now. But
yeah,
yes. So starred Matt Salinger as Captain America, plays fast and loose with the mythology of Captain America, having seemingly no regard for anything about the histories of the character.
I respect that. I'm a pro playing fast and loose with the Marvel backstory, Josh.
Well, this is one of the reasons why Marvel movies weren't really a thing until the Spider-Man movies happened. Because holy shit, this and like the Fantastic Four thing that was aborted in the 90s, Howard the Duck, which, is...
Howard the Duck is a classic film, so don't bring that in.
If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
It's one of my favorite Leah Thompson star vehicles.
Really
Thank you very much.
Leah Thompson.
Yeah, as
I think Zoe Deutsch is great too, her daughter.
Oh yeah, that's Zoe Deutsch is her daughter. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, and Zoe Deutsch is fucking charming.
Yeah,
like I pretty much watch almost every Zoe Deutsch movie.
Yeah,
but yeah, this movie is not quite as charming as Zoe Deutsch.
No.
You've got Ned Beatty in like a total throwaway part. You've got Ronnie Cox playing a president who believes that he saw Captain America riding a rocket into the Arctic when he was a child and has spent the entirety of his life holding on to like some fucking weird press clipping memento of the Cap in his wallet as he becomes president of the goddamn United States. You've got the Red Skull, who is fucking Italian, not German. And then, like...
And why is he Italian? It doesn't make a sense. Like
It doesn't even... yeah, sure, it's taking place in Italy, but it's not shot there.
No, and it's like...
Like, it's shot in Yugoslavia.
It doesn't need to be... Yeah, it doesn't need to take place in Italy, and there's, like, Nazis overseeing the experiments. Why not just make him German?
When you search for it, Captain America is a 1990 American Yugoslavian superhero film. Why not just have it be in Yugoslavia? Like, he could have gone... It's more
plausible.
More possible that he would have gone to Yugoslavia after World War II than it was that he'd have gone to Italy, which kind of ousted all the fascists. But whatever. The movie's nuts. It's very bad. Like, nigh unwatchable.
I mean,
holy shit.
There's things that seem like they should be fun, but it's very difficult to stay focused on this movie while you're watching it. Like, it is on and you immediately start doing something else because it is just not interesting. For as bonkers as it is not good.
No. I had to put it on 3 or 4 different times to finally fucking finish it.
I've started it 3 times and I still haven't finished it.
I've finished it, but like, what's the point? Man. And like, we're talking about this, of course, because Matt Salinger, J.D. Salinger's kid, was the star, and he was in episode 73 that we covered, Hate.
Yeah.
He was the father who left his son and his family for a Kuwaiti woman, because that was a thing that apparently happened. But yeah, he was the absentee father, and they really got that kid to do the racism. But yeah, it's
not high on our recommends list.
No, I mean, if you're really into the Marvel movies, I think it's funny to watch.
Yeah.
In the same way that if you were really into He-Man, that Masters of the Universe would be funny to watch because Masters of the Universe is, of course, a Golden Globus Canon Films movie.
Oh, okay. Well, that absolutely makes sense.
Because there was zero regard. I mean, granted, He-Man was just around to sell toys, but there's zero regard for any of the lore of He-Man, which was an established cartoon already.
Sure, I watched it all the time. I watched that cartoon constantly.
Now, back to Captain America. If you are going to watch it, based on our strong recommendation, I want you to marvel at...
So to speak.
That was unintentional also. But I want you to marvel at his suit. Because that fucking thing is rubber, and he almost had to be hospitalized because he was having like heat exhaustion almost to the point of heat stroke.
Does he have kids?
Probably not now. that cooked his junk. But it is a rubber suit. Does not look good at all. Like, this is the least flattering suit for a superhero.
He was in Revenge of the Nerds? Fuck.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I know. I just forgot his character. Personal life. They have twin sons, born 1994.
Oh, I forgot why you were checking.
Yeah. so
that's Captain America.
Maybe he preserved his junk before they made this film, but yeah. Not a very strong recommend, but it's definitely something.
Yeah, I mean, you watch and you're like, wow, Marvel really didn't do a good job. Like, because, this is a year after Batman came out, the Tim Burton Batman.
Yeah.
And say what you will about that movie. Batman purists probably don't like it because it's too cartoonish.
I love that movie. Batman, the first two Tim Burton Batmans are my favorites. The first one's probably my favorite.
if you watch this next to Batman,
I mean, that was like a wonderful movie. It had great music. It had like really interesting, huge set pieces going on.
It had Oscar-nominated actors.
And Nicholson is great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, sure, like the Marvel realist fanboys out there probably aren't going to like it as much as The Dark Knight Rises or one of those movies. But for me, I think it's awesome because I think it's like...
Well, and if you weigh Jack Nicholson's work next to Scott Paulin's work as the Red Skull...
Well, it's a little different, yeah. Now, it is kind of in line with the Howard the Duckian Marvel universe, but not as fun as that. Like, Howard the Duck is like schlocky and it knows it and it really enjoys it.
I mean, Leah Thompson fucks a duck. Leah Thompson fucks a space duck. In Howard the Duck.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the canon, so to speak.
Some great shit.
Yeah.
Lots of late Chuck Bronson.
Yeah, but I mean, just some Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo, obviously. Lady Chatter's Lover, for those of you watching softcore pornography back in the day. Some Cassavetes movies. Interesting. Really
I mean, the Apple?
Yeah.
The Apples. And that's, Menahem Golan directed that. That should be seen by everybody. God. That movie is fucking insane.
Delta Force.
Yep. Yeah, lots of Chuck Norris, lots of Michael Dudikoff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Respect. I'm really into a lot of their films and probably be watching some more of them.
So Electric Boogaloo is available on VOD for like $3 if you go to pretty much everywhere.
Okay.
So Electric Boogaloo, The Wild Untold Story of Canon Films. Instead of watching Captain America, you should watch that. That's actually fun.
Or go watch some of the other Canon films like Cobra.
Yep.
Or King Solomon's Mines, which I remember being on TV all the fucking time when I was like 7 years old. Don't remember anything about it.
So now that we finally, mercifully put that goddamn movie in the rear view.
Yeah.
Rate and review the podcast.
Please.
Do it.
And
get the Good Pods app.
Yeah.
You can see more of like, this friend of mine is listening to these podcasts.
Yeah.
It's, I think, a better podcast app to use, even though obviously most of our traffic is still Apple Podcasts. And please rate and review us there. But you can rate and review each individual episode of podcasts that you listen to. You can also see what everyone else is listening to.
Well, which is a slightly different motivation for having the app than Apple is, right? So they don't seem to have quite as urgent a advertising push as some of the bigger platforms do. which,
Yep.
whatever, understandably, they are trying to make money, and I get that.
And we're also charting fairly highly on the applicable categories on Good Pods.
Well,
so
yeah, but that's another reason to go listen to us.
listen to us, and it takes 2 seconds there once you listen to the episode to slap a 5-star review on that episode. So super easy.
We are in all the social media spaces where we would be as either elderly millennials or
We're exennials.
yeah, nubile Gen Xers. We're not on Snapchat. We're not.
No, we don't do Snapchat. We don't do TikTok.
No, but we do the other shit, and we're always Munchie Boy Benson.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll have news about new things from time to time, but definitely about our episodes. And we'd love to interact with you if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns.
And you can always email us too.
Please, absolutely.
munchmybenson@gmail.com.
Josh actually checks that, and I will check it if Josh tells me that I need to check it because somebody's asking for me.
Yeah, because someone needs a fucking koozie, Adam. God damn it.
And speaking of which, hopefully we'll have stuff like that available through an online portal, which doesn't require me going to the post office, which would be nice for everybody involved.
Yeah, because fuck that noise.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Until that happens, guys, keep on munching.
Munch the fuck out of our Bensons. Munch everyone's Bensons.
Munch
my
Benson.
Spread it around.
Munch your mom's Benson. Munch everybody who knows Benson.
But make sure if you munch your mom's Benson that she knows that you're not munching her Benson because you want to fuck her. Because if we've learned anything from this episode of SVU...
Don't make your mom lie on the stand that she thinks that you want to fuck her. I think.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's the moral of the episode, right? If we were the end of Scrubs, that's what we'd be saying in voiceover as JD.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Trey was cool. He was only here since September, but we were friends.
Were you friends with Luke Keller too?
Yeah. Luke and I have known each other since kindergarten. He's a good guy. A little...
You can say it. He's a bit of a nerd.
Yeah. But he's okay.
But Luke and Trey were close.
Yeah. Tight. Trey kind of looked out for him.
And Luke liked Trey?
He idolized Trey. Thought he was a god. I don't know, it's sort of crazy if you think about it, that Luke ended up killing his god.
Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed, lab-proven to work fast, and proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.